Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. I am your host, Josh Davis, also known as Crash. Today is Thursday, June 9th, 2022, and I am here to talk to you guys about today's Major League Baseball slate. We're going to be going over the 6-game main slate on FanDuel. There's 5 games on DraftKings and Yahoo. They don't have the Washington and Miami game on DraftKings and Yahoo, so that's going to be a FanDuel only game. And it looks like we're going to have some good weather, so there's no worries there. If you're new to the channel, if you would give us a like, hit the subscribe button, and then if you would, please hit the alarm bell. That will turn the notifications on to let you know if we have added a new podcast to the channel. Our presenting sponsor today is PrizePicks. If you go to prizepicks.com, use the promo code CoachTalk, all one word with no space. They will 100% match your first deposit up to $100. If you haven't joined us yet over at DFS Coach Talk, you can join us at dfscoachtalk.com. We have memberships that start as low as a 3-day membership for $10. So we'd love to have you and hope to see you soon in our Discord. Our Discord is our chat that we have where all of our members talk about, the different plays and the slates and everything and just different news happening in sports in general throughout the day. But it's a real family atmosphere. We try to keep it positive, no negativity and name calling and stuff like that. Just a real positive family atmosphere in our Discord chat. So definitely would love to have you join us at DFS Coach Talk. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with my top pitcher, and that is going to be Max Fried. He's 9,800 on FanDuel. He's 9,500 on DraftKings. He's going up against the Pirates at home. And the Pirates have the 4th highest strikeout rate. They've scored the 3rd fewest runs per game this year. And he actually is coming off of an impressive 8-inning shutout at Coors in his last start. So this should be a much more favorable matchup for him. I think his ownership is going to be lower than a guy like Garrett Cole against the Twins or Nick Pivetta against the Reeling Angels, who just lost for the 14th time last night. 14 straight losses now. This is a record for the Angels. So they've lost 14 straight. They're really reeling. They've been shut out 2 games in a row now. So I like Pivetta going up against the Angels, but I think that Fried's going to be a little bit lower owned. And I just like him as my top pay up option. And then for my value play, I am going to go to Nick Pivetta. He's 9,100 on FanDuel, 8,400 on DraftKings. I think that he and Cole will be higher owned than Fried, but he has a very favorable matchup for Pivetta, for him. And he's been pitching very well for about a little over a month now. He has a quality start in 6 straight games. He scored 40-plus fantasy points on FanDuel and 20-plus on DraftKings in 5 of his last 6 starts. And like I said, he's going up against the Angels. They've lost 14 straight. They have the 3rd highest strikeout rate this year. So it's a really strong matchup for Pivetta, and he's been pitching very well. So he's going to be my top value option. Like I said, I do expect him to be fairly well owned. Another value option that you could look at is Connor Pilkington. He's going up against Oakland. He pitched 5 shutout innings and struck out 8 in his last start against Kansas City. I would lean more towards Pivetta and cash and towards Pilkington in your tournaments. Pivetta is a strong SP1 play. Pilkington is more of a borderline SP1 value play, but a strong SP2. My fade pitcher is going to be Shohei Ohtani. He's 9,900 on FanDuel. He's 8,100 on DraftKings. He usually gets quite a bit of ownership depending on the slate. He gets a decent amount of ownership either way. But with the other options on the slate, like Garrett Cole, Max Fried, Nick Pivetta, I don't think he's going to get as much as he usually does. But I just don't want to go to him against a tough Boston team. He struggled in his last 2 starts. He gave up 4 runs to the Yankees in only 3 innings, and he gave up 5 runs in 6 innings to Toronto. If you want to get bold with a fade, you could look at fading Garrett Cole. I know it sounds crazy, but he is going up against the Twins in Minnesota. At times, they've given top pitchers some trouble. As we saw with Nestor Cortez last night, for example, he allowed 4 runs on 7 hits and only pitched 4 1/3 innings. So, there is the possibility there if you want to go in a large tournament with a fade of Cole. I wouldn't probably stack against him, but I think fading him would be a nice, option. A BVP play that I like, there's a few on this slate, but I landed on, this is a bit of a value option. It's going to be Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. He's 2,800 on FanDuel, 3,700 on DraftKings. He's hit 375 against Dylan Bundy with 6 hits and 16 at-bats, including 5 singles and a home run. And he just kind of makes for a nice value play. Whether you want to use him in a stack with the Yankees, it helps make it more affordable. Or if you want to use him as a nice value one-off, you can use him that way as well. So Kiner-Falefa will be my BVP play. And as far as the stacks go, I do like the Yankees up against Dylan Bundy. We stack the Yankees all the time. I see no reason why not to here. So they're going to be probably the top stack, probably the highest owned stack on the slate. Also like the Braves against JT Brubaker. The Braves have been, hitting the ball well this last couple of days, and I like the matchup for them against Brubaker, who struggled in his last start against Arizona, who's not been very good. So if he struggled against them, I figure that he can really have some trouble against the Braves. The GPP stack I like is going to be the Cleveland Guardians. They're going up against James Kaprielian. He's allowed 4, 4, and 5 runs in his last 3 starts. So I like Cleveland at home against James Kaprielian, who's really been struggling lately. My HR call, my home run call, is going to be Austin Riley. He's hit 2 home runs and 3 at-bats against JT Brubaker. And he hit a 2-run home run last night against the right-handed pitcher Domingo Acevedo, who was coming out of the bullpen. And he's hit 10 out of 15 home runs against right-handed pitchers this year. So I like him to hit a home run against JT Brubaker. He's going to be probably my top play on the slate as far as bats go. As a one-off, if you want to look at a pay-up one-off, you could definitely use Riley in that sense. And that will bring me to my Prize Picks plays. If you haven't joined Prize Picks, like I said before, go to prizepicks.com, use the promo code Coach Talk, all one word with no space, and they will 100% match your first deposit up to $100. They actually have a you can call it a free square if you want, because it's just going to be a guaranteed, unless he gets hurt in warmups or something. You got Jason Tatum over 0.5 points as a free square up until the start of game 4. So for the next 44 hours or so, you're going to have that play available. You can use it with any of my plays, Coach's plays, Deb's plays, any of the plays that we throw out here. Feel free to use that 0.5 Tatum's points, over 0.5 points prop play. So for my Prize Picks plays for MLB are going to be Austin Riley. As I said, he's my home run call. I'm going to take the over at 8 fantasy score. As I said, I'd like him to hit a home run. And even if he doesn't, he's been hitting and seeing the ball well. So I like him to go over that 8 fantasy score. Anthony Rizzo is going to be another play for me. I like him at over 7.5. He's gone over that number in 4 of his last 5 games. He hasn't ever faced Dylan Bundy before, but lefties are hitting 307 against him this year. So I like Rizzo to go over 7.5 fantasy score. And then my last play is going to be Nick Pivetta over 36.5. I think that number is pretty low. As I mentioned, he's gone over that number in 5 of his last 6 starts, and he's going up against this reeling Angels team that's lost 14 straight. So Nick Pivetta over 36.5 fantasy score is probably going to be my top play as far as Prize Picks go. That's the one I feel the most confidence in. And that's going to do it, guys. Just wanted to get you guys a quick podcast. Coach wasn't able to be on the podcast today. He's going to enjoy the day off from baseball. He will be joining Deb and I later today on our NBA Finals podcast for Game 4, so make sure you check that out. It's been an awesome series, and everyone's looking forward to seeing what happens in Game 4. Hope you guys have a great day. If you are on Twitter, you can follow us at DFS Coach Talk. I'm at JP Davis 1982. Coach is at Joe Servati. We're actually getting close to 2,000 followers over there. So if you could, help us out and give us a follow, we would greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great Thursday. We will be back again on Friday when we look to crush it in MLB, DFS, and Prize Picks. Thank you.